Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show how you can get into a better standing position, and this can eventually help you in your walking. Also, a lot of you guys have asked me about your ankle when it's tight, how you can do these exercises, so I'm going to give you some tips in this video as well. Welcome to Basically Physio. My name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. Quick disclaimer is that this does not replace medical professional advice, and I do this in my personal capacity. So the first exercise is I'm going to get you into a half standing position, and I want you to focus on using your upper limb as well as your lower limb in your affected side as well. Okay, so for this exercise you're going to need a support structure like a chair or table in front of you. Okay, so for example, my left side, that means this side is my stroke side, and this is my affected limb, upper limb and lower limb. What I want you to do is, if your upper limb there is enough strength and you can get your stronger hand to help you to place it on a support surface here, and also your stronger hand putting it above your weaker hand, what I want you to do is then your weaker leg, okay, bring it forward in line with your stronger leg, okay, not in front but in line with your stronger leg. Okay, bring the chair closer if you need to, no issues on that. Then put your stronger hand over your weaker hand, okay, and in this position I just want you to look up and look at the ceiling and just shoot towards the ceiling. Okay, so lean forward. As you shoot towards the ceiling, your buttock should lift up like this, and lean forward more just to get it a bit more easier. So just stand up and hold it there. When you're holding it here, what I want you to really focus on is using your weaker hand. That means your stronger hand is putting the weight on the weaker hand, and you may actually start to realize that your tricep muscles will be a little bit more of a firing position in this position. Okay, and in this position I just want you to lean towards your weaker side. Okay, lean towards your weaker side and come back to the stronger side. Okay, so lean towards the weaker side and come back to the stronger side and sit down. Okay, when you sit down, try to not just flop your hand like this, but keep your hand here. If it's too painful, then use your stronger hand to put it on your weaker leg and just rest for a while. Okay, I'm going to show you one more repetition of this. So first things first, you're going to need a support surface here. Using your stronger hand, put your weaker hand on this, and then your stronger hand, put it above the weaker hand. Remember to make both your knees and your ankle in the same line, okay? Not one in front of the other, but same line. And when you are in the same line, look up towards the ceiling and you want to shoot towards there, and you want to bend far forward, okay? If you can notice that the moment you bend far forward, your buttock tends to lift up, and this is going to make it easier for you to stand up. So look at the ceiling, lean far forward and shoot, and hold it there. When you're holding it here, lean towards the weaker side. Okay, this is going to this is going to help your weaker arm and your weaker leg to gain some strength. And come to the stronger side. One more time to the weaker side. And to the stronger side. And sit down slowly. And stronger hand, put your weaker hand slowly down here. So you want to do this for a minimum of 10 repetitions, 3 sets. But if you can do more, go ahead and do more. It's going to be beneficial for you. If you find this video useful, consider liking and subscribing to the channel and signing up for my weekly newsletter. So the second exercise is going to be a more difficult variation of the first exercise. So same thing, your weaker hand, you put your stronger hand with your weaker hand above here, strong hand on top of the weaker hand, knees and toes in line, okay, not one in front of the other, and lean far forward, look up, lean far forward and stand up. Okay, so now what is going to happen is, as you are leaning towards your weaker side, what I want you to do is, using your weaker hand and your stronger hand as well as your weaker leg, I want you to stand up tall. Okay, as you're standing up tall, I really want you to use your hips to push backwards, your knees to push backwards, and your ankles to push down. Okay, so if you can see, what's happening is, the moment you use your hips to push down, your knee will tend to push backwards and your ankle will push down, and this gives you a straight upright position for your standing leg. Okay, so for your weak leg, this is going to be very useful because this will help you to build up the foundations for you to be able to walk better. Okay, so let's do that again. So stronger hand over the weaker hand. So for this hand, right, it may be quite painful if you're doing it for the first time. So be very particular. If this chair is too far forward, you can always bring it back close. Okay, and if it's just too painful, then you can avoid using the hand for now. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is a little bit more conditioned and there's a little bit of strength. So that's why I'm using your upper limb in order to also help with your lower limb recovery. Okay, so we put your stronger hand above your weaker hand and we lean far forward in front and we stand, lean towards your weaker side And in this position, use your hip, knee and ankle to push down and extend fully. Okay, extend fully. Try not to lock it out, but extend fully. Okay. So in the end state, when you're standing, you should be feeling more weight on your weaker side than in your stronger side. Okay, and then you just sit down slowly. So this variation can be a little bit more challenging, so do give it a shot after you've done the first variation first. If you find this video and channel useful for your stroke recovery journey, you can actually support me by doing a donation or giving me a tip for the Ko-fi link below. The link is in the description below. So the third exercise that I want you to focus on is in a standing position. Your weaker hand is on the support surface and your stronger hand is on the support surface on top of your weaker hand. What I want you to do is, this is my weaker leg, right? So I just want you to stand on your stronger leg, and for your weaker leg, just want to straighten it and kick backwards. Okay? Just kick backwards like this, gently. Okay, so what is happening here is that when you are standing on your stronger leg, I want you to keep your weaker leg straight, and as you're doing this, you're actually activating a lot of your hip extension muscles and also helping with your trunk muscles. So this hip extension muscles is the one that is going to help you to maintain your upright posture and also really take on a lot of load in your standing position and also walking. So it's a very, very crucial muscle to train and really focus on. So just lean, push your leg backwards like this. Things to take note is that when you push backwards, your body should not lean forward like this. Okay, a lot of times people will do like this. This is actually a sign that your trunk is actually weak. So focus on supporting your trunk with your hands here, and then your leg just push backwards like this. Okay, if you want to hold it for about 2 to 5 seconds, then go ahead. But you can do this for a start of 10 repetitions, 3 sets. But if you want to do more, go ahead and do more. So if you want to do a little bit more easier for this exercise, then you can actually wear socks on your weaker leg. So same thing, just hold onto your hand for support like this. And instead of lifting up the leg, just slide it backwards and forward. Slide it backwards and forward. As you're sliding it backwards, I really want to focus on your glutes muscles, your buttock muscles here, and really make sure that you are feeling it when you're pushing backwards and activating it. Okay, that's the whole point of this exercise. So the reps and sets are similar as the one that I shared before. Okay, now if let's say your ankle is very tight and your ankle is actually bending inwards and it's difficult for you to push it down, this exercise might be difficult for you. So another tip that I have for you is actually you can use a roll of towel. You don't need to roll it up, you actually just can fold it up in 4 corners and into a rectangle like this, okay, and put it at the outside border of your feet, okay, the outer border of your feet. So if you can look at your feet, if you divide it into half, the outer portion towards your small toes, okay, and just put the roll of towel or the folded towel underneath here, okay, and just try to put half of your foot on the towel. If half of your foot is too difficult for you to manage, then you can actually put pretty much 3/4 of the foot on the towel itself, okay? So you want to keep it there by putting some weight on it, okay? So remember the first exercise that I was telling you, you want to put a support surface here and then stand up, right? So imagine that setup. I'm not going to show it in that manner because it will block your view of my ankle. So imagine there's a support surface here. What I want you to do is putting your hand on the support surface here and just pushing down, okay, and standing up, okay? This is going to be a very crucial stretch because the moment you stand up, okay, when you're especially in this manner with a handhold on a support structure here, what is going to happen is that a lot of force is actually going down to help you stretch your ankle. Most of the time, if you're going to do stretching in free space here by pulling a towel or things like that, it's going to be difficult to maintain that stretch for long, especially because the force is not enough. But in this manner, if you can put a towel like this, support structure in front and get yourself into a half standing position, when you're doing the exercise to strengthen up your ankles and your hips and your knees, you're also doing a lot of good stretching that's happening in the ankle. So this is the tip that I have for those of you who say that your ankles and your toes are quite tight. I hope that this helps for you guys. So for the last exercise that we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit more challenging compared to the other ones. I need you to have a support structure that you can hold on to and also a step stool, okay? So I'm having a very high step stool here. This is going to be too high for a lot of beginners to try, so don't need to follow this height. You can actually just get a thick textbook and put it here to pretend as a step stool, okay? So we're going to put the step stool on the stronger side, okay, on the side of your stronger limbs. And The thing about this exercise is that ideally I want you to have a support structure in front so that you can utilize your weak hand as well. But since the angle is going to be a little bit difficult for you to observe, I'm just putting the support structure here. But you can imagine that I'm going to do it in a two-hand position, okay? So as you're putting the support structure here and the step stool on the stronger side, same principles apply as you're getting up, okay? So you want to sit out of the chair a little bit, your knee and ankle same line, not one in front of the other, okay? And as you're standing up, you want to look up and shoot towards the ceiling, okay? So for example, it's going to be like this, but due to the angle, I'm going to show you like this, and just stand up, okay? Weaker side is this side. Okay, as you're holding onto the support structure, what I want you to do now, your stronger hand, stronger leg, okay, is going to go and step onto the step and come down. This is going to be very challenging, and I want you to do it very slowly. The slower you do, the more challenging it becomes, okay? As you're doing this, what I want you to take note is that your knee, just observe, I'm going to show you a negative example. So doing this, I don't want your knee to go like this, okay? Don't want you to open it out like this. Keep it straight, keep it pointing forward, really push down, okay? Really push down, because this is going to give you the extensor strength that you're going to recover, and it's going to help you for your walking, and eventually also all your other activities is going to help you a lot, okay? So let's try again. Ideally, you're going to put a support structure in front, stronger hand over the weaker hand, and then as you're standing up, okay, you're looking up and standing up, okay, keep in a half squat manner like this, and then your stronger leg open to the side and come down. Slowly as possible, okay? Try this for about 5 to 8 repetitions first, and then do it for about 3 sets. This is going to be very challenging, so ideally if you're able to do this, focus on this exercise because it's going to be very, very effective for you to really build up the strength. As you can see, this is actually quite a tiring exercise, and not all beginners may be able to do this. Take a look at this video if you want to learn how to walk better, and I break down a lot of different stages of walking in this video here. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.